Morning everyone. Today we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, I know, we're going to be converting decimals into fractions, and then we're going to simplify them if they need to be simplified. So there's two big skills that you need for this. The first one is you need to be able to sort of, well, I would do it on a bit of paper, but you need to be able to visualize the decimal in its different columns. So once you've done that, you will see that 1.3 is going to represent 1 as a unit or a 1, and the 0.3 is going to represent 3/10. So if you start to visualize that, then you've already converted it into fractions, because 1.3 is just 1 and 3/10. Ta-da! There's your fraction, right? So, and that works for 2.76, which will be 2, obviously, and we've got 76 100ths. It's actually 7/10 and 600ths, but what we say it is 76 100ths. So 2 and 76 100ths would be our fraction there. So that's our first skill. The second skill is sometimes we need to simplify them. So we need to make that fraction into the simplest version of that fraction that's possible. We do that by by dividing. We need to be able to divide the top number and the bottom number by what we call a common factor. So let's take 2.76. Keep that in your head. The 2 is fine, isn't it? Because that's just two whole things. 0.76 or 76 100ths. We can convert that. So we know that definitely it's in the 2 times table. So 76 over 100, both of them are even numbers. So we could just divide them by 2. So 100 divided by 2 is 50. 76 divided by 2, just doing this in my head, is going to be 38. Cool. So now we've simplified it down, so it's 2 and 38/50. But we can simplify that again, because they're both even numbers. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. 38 divided by 2 should be 19. So now we've got 2 and 19 over 25. There's nothing that you can divide by 19 and by 25. So there's no common factor of those two. So we can't simplify that anymore. So we've done our job there. First, we've converted a decimal into a fraction. Next, we've simplified it. And my biggest tip, try the 2 times table first. If they're both even numbers, do it by 2. It might, like we've just done in my example there, you might have to do it twice to get down to the lowest common one. If you can't divide by 2, maybe try and divide by 3, try and divide by 5. But keep on dividing until you can't divide anymore. And then you've got it as simple as possible. That's it. There's a link below in order to have a look at the stuff that the BBC have put out. Good luck.